Good evening everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS Takkar Perspective program, and in today's session we are going to talk about NASA's Artemis-1 mission. Okay, so first of all what we'll do, we'll try to understand the context and we'll go in details about understanding what is this Artemis-1 mission of NASA. Then what are the aims of this particular mission? How this Artemis 1 is different from the earlier NASA missions related to moon? What is the significance of this mission? So yes, this particular topic is relevant to which part of our syllabus? GS 1 paper, geography part. Along with that, GS 3 paper, science and technology, space science. Okay, there was this question in 2015. First of all, we will talk about that question. I will tell you. How does Juno mission of NASA help to understand the origin and evolution of the Earth? 2017. This was the question asked in the mains examination, GS1 पेपर. ठीक है, ये GS1 पेपर ज्योग्राफी पार्ट से क्वेश्चन पूछा हुआ है. So important missions of NASA and ISRO. So they are part of, we can say, our syllabus. ऐसा क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी ने पूछा हुआ है. So this Artemis 1 is also very significant and it is marking a complete shift towards the approach that NASA or the further research that is going to happen related to, we can say, lunar probes. ठीक है. So recently Artemis 1 mission launched to test the Orion spacecraft, especially the heat shield, in preparation of subsequent Artemis mission. And there has been, we can say that the touchdown, simply we can say that this Orion spacecraft, which carried dummy mannequins. Okay, it is not, we can say, man mission, or simply the astronauts were not part of this mission, rather the mannequins, dummy mannequins were part of this mission, and this was, let's say, yesterday safely touched down in Pacific Ocean. That's why it was in news. Let's understand now, first of all, about this mission, Artemis 1. So this Artemis 1, why this name is given Artemis? This is the name of, we can say that, sister of mythological god चल नहीं रहा है, देखो. Just a moment. All right. Yes. Let us continue. The sister of mythological god, the name is Artemis. Okay, ठीक है. Mythological god के नाम पे उन्होंने ये दिया हुआ है. तो गॉड का नाम कौन सा है यहाँ पे? अपोलो गॉड, ग्रीक गॉड अपोलो. उनके सिस्टर का नाम आर्टेमिस है, तो उसके नाम, उनके नाम पे उन्होंने ये किया हुआ है, राइट. So yes, it is the uncrewed mission of NASA and their name declares after the sister of Apollo god. Artemis I is first in the series of increasingly complex missions. Here in future, Artemis II is going to be there, launched by the end of 2024, and this will be a flyby crewed mission. ठीक है, इसमें एस्ट्रोनॉट्स होंगे, अभी जो है एस्ट्रोनॉट्स नहीं थे, but it will be flyby, it will not be landing. Thereafter Artemis III will be there and there will be landing on the moon by the astronauts, including one women astronaut. This is, we can say, future missions. The primary goals for Artemis are demonstration of Orion's system in the space. Orion here is a spacecraft. It is a spacecraft on this particular mission. Okay, it is only a lunar orbiter mission, even though unlike the most orbiter missions, it has returned to Earth target. So it has successfully returned on the Earth. You should understand this aspect. Let's go in detail and try to understand what is there in this particular mission. ये आपको trajectory दिखाई दे रही होगी इसमें, ठीक है, and a very good explanation through the animated video. We will try to understand this one. Just a moment. Let me show you directly the video. Just a moment. So in this video actually they have explained everything, how it is going to be there, ठीक है. Okay, so Artemis 2, it is talking about how, but the animation video it is not showing. Let me see. कहाँ पे है? Yes, look at this. The animated video given by NASA itself, and it is very good explanation. In the 10-minute video, everything you will understand in this. ठीक है. So let us have a look at this launch, Artemis I, and it is showing complete journey of this over the period of 30 days, 30 or 35 days of this particular mission, crewed mission. Let me increase the speed of the video. Okay, it is now ready to launch. See, this is the educational video released by NASA itself, and we are providing this for you to understand how this is working. It is going to be helpful for your examination. I will simultaneously explain all the important parts of this mission. Okay, कैसे इन्होंने launch किया हुआ है, the trajectory, the parts of this mission. Okay, so 4 liquid engines है उसमें. This is launched by the mightiest rocket that we have in the world at present, so as to carry this particular payload beyond the low Earth orbit. The service module panel and the launch abort system jettisoned. You can see now the main engine cut off and the first stage separation. You can see the first stage is separated and the main engine is left out. Here onwards, the onboard, you can see the trajectory from the Gulf of Florida, वहाँ से जो उनका launching center है. This is the trajectory. The solar panels are deployed for the energy. Okay, now the entering cryo propulsion stage. It is going to have the propulsion, and now you can see the orbit. See the orbit. Now it will provide you the boost, provide the mission the boost that is required. The trans-lunar injection. अब ये ऐसे जंप डायरेक्ट इंजेक्ट करेगा स्ट्रेट. ये देखिए यहाँ पे बूस्ट मिल गया उसको. अब वो डायरेक्टली लूनर ऑर्बिट में एंटर करेगा सीधा. ये लूनर ऑर्बिट मतलब मून है और वहां पे एंटर करेगा. नाउ द स्टेज सेपरेशन. ओके, this Orion is now separated. The CubeSats are deployed now. Okay, these small satellites for the experimentation to gather further information from the surrounding of the moon. ठीक है, तो 13 CubeSats were released. You can see the release of CubeSats. Okay, the orbital debris, now it is crossed. The geostationary satellites, now it is crossed. The Van Allen belt that we learned in the solar storms, they are crossed now. Okay, outbound coasting phase, days 1 to 4. Now it is moving towards, now you can see the mission event, outbound powered flyby. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे ये मून के सराउंडिंग में ये फ्लाई बाय कर रहा है, ये मून के सराउंडिंग. नाउ इट डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द मून सरफेस, द लोएस्ट डिस्टेंस इज अराउंड 130 किलोमीटर. ठीक है, ये अराउंड 130 डिस्टेंस टू द मून 100 किलोमीटर. लूनर ग्रेविटी असिस्ट वहां पे मिल रहा है उसको. ठीक है, ऐसे स्लोली मूव करते हुए. Thereafter it will again the retrograde arrival or orbit arrival. ठीक है, तो वहां से वो क्या करेगा, वापस से अभी अर्थ के पास में आएगा सीधा. सो रिट्रोग्रेड ऑर्बिट जिसको बोला गया है. ओके, द अर्थ रिटर्न स्टार्ट्स नाउ. रिटर्न पावर्ड फ्लाई बाय, वहां से वो अभी पावर्ड हो गया है, वहां से सीधा वो अर्थ ऑर्बिट में एंटर करेगा. You can see here, directly it will come back to the Earth's orbit. Now inbound coasting phase, this is one of the toughest. Now day 21 to 25, this is the time period. Okay, it is being jettisoned, that means the orbit is to some extent aligned. क्रू एंड सर्विस मॉड्यूल सेपरेशन. अब ये क्रू मॉड्यूल जो है उसको सर्विस मॉड्यूल से सेपरेट हो गया है. ये क्रू मॉड्यूल जो है वो पैसिफिक में आ रहा है. नाउ वी हैव टू मैन्यूवर एंड नाउ द एंटरिंग फेज इज गोइंग टू बी डिफिकल्ट. लो अर्थ ऑर्बिट बिकॉज देयर विल बी ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन. द ओरियन एंटर्स द अर्थ, इट विल हिट द अर्थ्स एटमॉस्फेयर ट्रैवलिंग एट द स्पीड ऑफ अराउंड 25,000 किलोमीटर पर आवर. एंड द टेम्परेचर अप्रोचिंग 5,000 डिग्री फ़ारेनहाइट. You can see this is the critical stage, re-entry, and very few missions in the world have successfully achieved this re-entry parachute deployment sequence. So this is how it will fall. It has fallen successfully, we can say that, in the Pacific, the completion of the mission. Okay, so yes, we wanted to show this. And yes, you can yourself again watch this particular video to understand how it worked out. Coming back, यहाँ से ये Okay, coming back to the slides, let's understand further how it is working out. यहाँ पे मैं फिर से एक बार आपको डिटेल में एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ, so that you are not worried about what to write in the examination. ठीक है, तो यहाँ से आप स्टेज वाइज देखिए, डेज लिखे हुए हैं, फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड डे, फोर्थ डे, फिफ्थ डे. So you can see that fifth day Earth orbit, it is going to move into translunar injection. ठीक है, तो 6th डे पे वो वहां पे जाने वाला है. और वो कौन सा प्रोपल्शन है, इंटरिम क्रायोजेनिक प्रोपल्शन स्टेज उसको बोला गया है, ICPS. नाउ द आउटबाउंड ट्रैजेक्टरी करेक्शन बर्न्स, तो थोड़ा थोड़ा वो क्या करेंगे, आउटबाउंड ट्रैजेक्टरी को अलाइन करने की कोशिश करेंगे. ओके, देन वी हैव लूनर ऑर्बिट इंसर्शन, लूनर ऑर्बिट में एंटर करेंगे. देयर आफ्टर वी हैव DRO डिपार्चर, रिटर्न पावर्ड फ्लाई बाय एंड रिटर्न ट्रांजिट. तो इंडिया अर्थ में एंटर करना, अर्थ ऑर्बिट में एंटर करने वाला जो है, दिस वन वी कैन से दैट इन द एंड. नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट, yes, again we can say that it is talking about the same stages. Yes, about the technical aspect, the Orion spacecraft is there, space launch system rocket, the major rocket is there, and the ground systems that are we can say being used for maneuver purpose on the ground, research stations NASA के. ठीक है, so let's understand how it is working. Orion, Okay, so this is the spacecraft. Although the technical aspects are not that much important, but you should remember the name. Now the crew module is at the center here, and the service module is this one, and the spacecraft adapter is this one, and launch abort system this part. Okay, so this crew module, you can see that it is at the center and it is protected in that particular spacecraft. Now, yes, space launch system, this rocket is one of the most powerful rocket in the world at present, and it is used for we can say carrying this much payload beyond the low earth orbit, or if we can say moving beyond the geosynchronous orbit also. The ground systems, they are used for maneuvering purpose, especially remote infrastructure and the launch facilities we all know, and the ground stations which are, let's say, used for getting the signals, and mission control center. So of course ये तो सारे ही इसमें होता है. Now what are the aims and objectives of the mission? The first step into the new space age, achieving the promise of transporting humans to the new worlds of landing and living on the other planets. Then the CubeSats, it will carry, are equipped with instruments meant for specific investigation and experiments. Also, it was for searching water for all forms and for hydrogen that can be used as source of energy. You should understand Artemis is going to be used to explore the possibility that, ये significance में ही आपको सारी चीजें पता होनी चाहिए इसमें, explore the possibilities that moon can be used for further deep space exploration missions. And for that purpose, we have to use helium and hydrogen that is available on the surrounding of moon. ठीक है, तो ये hydrogen can be used for the water, from the water. Biological experiments will be carried out, and these impact on deep space atmosphere of human. Then it will be investigated through the effect on dummy passengers on board Orion. ठीक है, dummy passengers अभी जैसे मैंने बताया कि mannequins है उसमें use हो गए. To set up the community on the moon, which will drive the new lunar economy altogether. So this is going to be further used in Artemis 2 and 3. 2 will be the crewed flyby mission, and third will be landing on the moon by, one of them will be women. ठीक है, तो ये उसके objectives हमें पता होने चाहिए. Now, how it is different from the earlier lunar mission? You should know that earlier lunar mission, especially Apollo, in 1960s and 70s, especially they were guided by the competition between US and USSR at that time. ठीक है, तो USSR जो है उसने स्पुटनिक लॉन्च किए हुए थे. The US promised that it will launch the space mission which will land man on moon by the end of 1960s, and that led to various missions, Apollo missions, and Apollo 13 is considered one of the successful. इसके ऊपर मूवी भी बना हुआ है. ठीक है, Armstrong, we can say that Lance Armstrong, and he landed on the moon. वो उसके ऊपर मूवी भी बना हुआ है, Apollo 13 mission. Okay, so remember this, how it is different, because this particular mission is especially for research purpose. यहाँ पे क्या है कि जियो स्ट्रेटेजिक वाला एंगल था, यहाँ पे रिसर्च वाला है. दूसरा है डीप स्पेस मिशंस. वहाँ पे सिर्फ क्या करना था कि टच करके वापस आना, यही एक कंपटीशन था. यहाँ पे डीप स्पेस मिशंस के ऊपर ज्यादा फोकस है. Okay, thereafter there is also focus on, we can say that, exploring water on the moon, and that can be used for, we can say, hydrogen being the fuel that can be used there for further, we can say, further deep space missions that can be carried out. Then colonizing moon. So moon can be used as a colony of human beings. This is going to be further step of this Artemis mission in future. So altogether different objectives are there, and therefore we can say that they are different from the earlier missions. And जब अपोलो का पहला मिशन हुआ था तो 50 साल अभी कंप्लीट हुए हैं, 50 years completed, and this is successfully now, we can say, re-entry is done. So this is the significance. Just now we discussed all these things. Now from the mains perspective, what can be question? What is Artemis I mission of NASA? Basics बताने हैं. How it is different from NASA's earlier missions and explain its significance. क्योंकि हम 3 कमांड दे रहे हैं, यूपीएससी जो है साइंस एंड टेक क्वेश्चन में 3 कमांड दे रहे हैं. सो वी आर आस्किंग लाइक दिस, एंड दिस क्वेश्चन कैन बी आस्क्ड फ्रॉम द GS1 पेपर ऑल्सो, ज्योग्राफी पार्ट. वहां पे आपको तैयारी करके रखनी है स्पेस से रिलेटेड, स्पेस साइंस. ओके, सो देयर कैन बी क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू दिस इन GS1 एज वेल एज GS3 पेपर. ओके, सो फाइन. देयर कैन बी MCQ, बट MCQ के लिए आपको ज्यादा फैक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन की जरूरत है. दैट काइंड ऑफ फैक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन इज नॉट देयर. सिंपली रिमेंबर द नेम ऑफ द स्पेसक्राफ्ट, दैट इज ओरियन, एंड द नेम ऑफ द मिशन इज Artemis I. ठीक है, फाइन. ओके, लेट अस स्टॉप देन. थैंक यू.